Hi there, and welcome to Photolucida's in Focus. I'm Polly Gaillard. I am the program director for Photolucida, providing this free programming as a way for artists to help prepare their Critical Mass 2024 entries. Mark your calendar for Friday, May 31st, 2024, when Critical Mass portals open for your registration. We really look forward to seeing your entries this year. Today I'm speaking with Jason Gardner, who was a 2022 Critical Mass Top 50 finalist. We're discussing his portfolio that he submitted for the competition, We the Spirits. We're also talking about some of the success stories that came about from the connections that he made from Critical Mass. Hi, Jason.
Hi,
Hello.
Polly.
From the United States. How are you doing?
Greetings from Paris. Yes, I'm well, thanks.
Okay, great. Well, I'm so happy to speak with you today about your portfolio that won the top 50 in 2022 in Critical Mass, We the Spirits. Can you just kind of briefly describe um, the series for us?
Yeah, We the Spirits is a study of traditional winter masquerade, commonly known as carnival, all throughout 15 different countries throughout the world over 15 years.
Well,
Uh,
how did you come about entering Critical Mass in 2022?
But many of my colleagues over the years have either won or applied to Critical Mass, so it was definitely sort of on my list. And when I felt like the project was just at its point to, I really started to wanting to pitch publishers. I thought, okay, I'm gonna select a few higher level competitions, contests, and start with that.
So, can you talk about some good things that happened to you after you became a top 50 finalist?
Well, one thing right away was the sort of prestige and wow factor. A lot of my contemporaries, that is, old other fine art photographers, photo editors, book editors, they said, "Oh, you got Critical Mass." Like, oh, it was definitely like a feather in my cap. Also, the nice thing was that the timing. I believe this is in 2022. I want to say, yeah. It got announced only a couple weeks before I went to Houston Photo Fest for the portfolio reviews. So that was a great, and in fact, when I looked at the list of Critical Mass reviewers, there's like 5 or 6 people who I knew I had. So there's a great crossover to that. And it was the first thing I said the second I sat down when I was like unpacking my prints, like, oh yeah, Critical Mass this year. And then half of them like, oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, what's her name again? Like kind of they like refocused. They said, oh, okay, there's something going on here, you know.
Right.
And then after all that sort of died down after the exhibit and the photo the portfolio review, that was fall of 2022. Um, I went ahead and contacted as many reviewers that I could find, and just said, hey, I was one of the top 50. Thank you for participating. Here's my work, sort of thing. Not even please publish me or whatever, but just here's my contact info and link, like nothing. Um, and I think from that I got a lot of great responses, both for the short term and for the medium and long term. Specifically, and a thing that made me pay notice a year and a half later when I launched the book, I got published in the Wall Street Journal. Pierre Peterson Haggerty, she had immediately written back saying, "I like the work. Let's keep in touch," sort of thing,
Mhm.
and it ended up being a really good thing. Sort of when I launched the book in the States on Mardi Gras Day, which is a couple weeks ago, they posted on their main Instagram, which is like 4 million followers, like crazy things. And a few other things came from that directly. Like there's a curator who, when she passed through Paris, she interviewed me at Paris Photo, and kind of it's a little game of keeping in contact with people and pinging them in the right points. But there's also 4 or 5 relationships I think I got, which at some point might bear fruit. So it was quite nice.
So, were you surprised that, the first thing that happens is this top 50 finalist thing? Were you surprised at the trajectory of how that panned out?
The thing that was a nice surprise was the level of prestige that I perceived it was matched by other people Do you know what I mean? Sometimes if you think something's great and you get it and no one's heard of it, that's a big differential. But
Right.
people are definitely like, it was when I announced it, so to speak. I got a lot of congratulations and all that stuff. That's normal, but there's definitely a level of, oh, kind of grasp, but make sure that you're showing something that will be different, that will wow the viewer, that will stick in their mind as work that's associated with your name. Um, and I know that's not the easiest thing in the world. Um, One book editor told me, I just want to see something different. Like literally, like he was like, I just, all I want to do is I want you to take me to somewhere that I would never have thought about. And that can go with any project, right? But so with that in mind, really look at the previous winners. Really look at them with the mind of, you know, what you don't want to be is seen as, oh, well, X and Y and Z person did that.
But I appreciate you spending time with us today to not only talk about your work, but to help other people because I know it's kind of stressful entering critical mass and that edit and an artist statement and all that. But I appreciate you taking time
Yeah. So
to
what
share.
I'd say, I mean, to help critical mass, first of all, I have a very positive uh, overall experience with it. um, and would do it again when I have the work that I want to submit. Um, I would say that while it is stressful, agreed, putting that work out there, and critical mass does tend to take work that's sort of in its gestation period. So you're
Right.
still writing about it, you're still figuring it out. Um, it's certainly a good investment in time to figure out the edit and figure out where you're going to write, because to some extent you can use that for other things, and the more clear you can get about your work, be it for your website or the next application, it's super helpful for that.
That's a very good point. Thank you.